Hello again, it's Miss Jones from Sew with Miss Jones. The next thing that we're going to do with the hand sewing is the hem. And again, I'm going to use that same method of pinning, which is two ends first, middle, middle, middle. So I'm going to start with this end. Okay, and I'm just going to fold that up to the line. And I'm going to push it down a little bit with my fingers. And I am going to put a pin close to there just so it stays where it's supposed to go. And I'm going to do the other end. And again, when I push this up, I want to make sure that the outside edge touches. You don't want any part of this like sticking out. It needs to be right on that edge. And I'm going to fold up a couple of inches with my fingers and then just give it a little, give that a little press with my fingers. It actually was easier, it seems that it was easier to press that up on the lengthwise grain. This is actually the crosswise grain, which has a little more stretch in it. So you might see a difference. All right, so I'm doing the middle. And I'm going to do a couple of inches. So I'm using all my fingers to hold this all down and just kind of patting down with my fingers pressing. This is truly finger pressing. And then I'm going to put a pin or two right here. And maybe just one. And then so two ends first, middle, middle, middle. Here's my middle. I'm going to go to there, fold that up. And I'm working towards the middle to make sure that that all is super straight, pressing down with my fingers. And then I'm going to do it this direction. Again, I want to keep my fingers on there so it folds exactly to the edge. Press down, press down, press down. And I'm going to go ahead and pin these. And again, once you fold that up, it really should only be about 3/8 of an inch. It shouldn't be more than that. If it ends up being more than that, you have not folded correctly. Oh, and my pin came undone. Let me try that again. Funky pin. It did not like what it was doing. Okay, and then again, make sure that edge is really tucked under, and you want this parallel across the bottom. You don't want it to be wavy. Okay, and then flipping up towards the middle on this side. And again, pressing with my fingers. You could actually do this with an iron, but I'm going to tell you, when you have to fold up these little tiny amounts like this, using an iron can be kind of dangerous. So it's just easier to do it by hand. And then I'm going to the middle of, from one side to the real middle. So two ends first, middle, middle, middle. I've had students say to me before, what is that middle, middle, middle thing? Well, it's you start with the two ends, and then you fold half at the middle point between the two ends, and then you fold the next time more like at the quarter point, but that's too confusing. So it's just two ends first, middle, middle, middle. And make sure that those are nice and parallel. You don't have any bumps along this edge. I did not take my own advice, and my pins are stuck all the way down into the pin cushion, which means that fortunately I have a good nail that I can pull them out with. But if you don't have good fingernails, it's a little harder to get them out. Okay, I am going to go ahead and stitch this. You don't need to watch me do that. When I come back, The next step that we're going to work on is this slanted part right here, because it's got some different steps on it, but that's going to make the casing for your apron straps, and we're getting close to being done. We only have a couple more steps to do after we get this part done. Bye for now.